Exciting edition of rugby here today on your Oregon High School sports leader, Oregon Sports Beat. This afternoon from Western Oregon University, it's rugby, and we have girls action. This is the girls varsity championship game, and this is between the Grant Generals and the Beaverton Barbarians. We just did the Barbarians boys game just a few minutes ago. We've had two games already today. We started off with the girls club championship, and that was the Lynn Benton Lady Lions over the Valley Panthers, 39-35, with a try right at the end of the game to win that game. We just completed the game, and that was the boys club championship. That game was won by the Beaverton Barbarians, 38-10 over the Valley Rams. Now we're going to get started here with girls varsity championship, and this is Beaverton and this is Grant. Beaverton, of course, in their orange and black traditional colors, Grant in their blue colors. Both teams are walking over to the other side now. They're going to be introduced by the public address announcer. Thanks for joining us today in Rugby Action. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play today. Working with me, Chip Burnside. And Chip, you just completed your involvement in the boys game.
That is correct, Dave. We were fortunate to come out on top in that game. Valley played, they had an unbeaten season, and they were a tough competitor in that game. I think the score was a little bit more lopsided towards us than the game actually was.
An interesting stat I heard about the Beaverton Barbarians boys team was that they had given up 3 tries all season long, 17 points. They gave up 10 points in that game, which was almost half what they gave up all season.
Yeah, well, we did put a couple of subs in at the end, guys that might not have normally played in the final. So perhaps that had something to do with it, but certainly our defense this year was pretty good.
What can you tell us about these two teams?
You're going to see a contrast of styles here today. Beaverton, they've got a larger forward pack, so they're going to try to dominate the ruck area. And Grant, as you can notice here, is a smaller team. So they're looking to get the ball in the hands of their two playmakers, the A'al sisters, Tiara and Tiana. They're quite good players, I understand. And so it'll be an interesting game. Grant came out on top during the regular season, I believe, 45-22.
You know, I've never seen a situation, you said you can look out there and see the difference in size of the two teams, and it's readily apparent that Beaverton is a bigger team.
Yes, but often when you wear stripes in rugby, it actually gives the appearance that you're bigger, and so it's even more pronounced that the team wearing the stripes is still looks smaller. But
I would think, just by looking at them, I would think Beaverton, bigger, stronger team, maybe Grant's faster.
Yes, that's a good analysis, and but it doesn't. Rugby is not about size, so it's about skill and technique, and usually the better coach team will win if their technique is very sound.
I think when most people hear the term rugby, they think, if they think about something, they think rugby. That must be New Zealand, and you're a native of New Zealand.
That is correct. I've been here for now approaching 24 years. I was out of rugby for quite some time. I'm quite old, and my son actually got me into coaching, and I've really enjoyed it.
What makes rugby so successful in New Zealand? What makes it so popular and so successful?
Well, a lot of us play it. It's our national sport. For instance, at my high school when I was growing up, there were 6 teams at that high school. So that gives you some indication. That's a regular-sized high school. There were 6 full-size rugby teams with reserves. So that's a lot of players. Everyone plays it. And it's a game that you can play after school. This is the difference between America and New Zealand, is that everyone plays club rugby, and so you play well into your 30s at some level against other guys who were old and slow.
And you don't need a whole lot of money for equipment.
No.
Not like Americans, like football and sports like that. You pretty much need a uniform and a football, and that's it.
Yeah, and a lot of people play touch rugby. After this season is now completed, we actually go off and play touch rugby, which is basically the same format as tackle rugby, but all of the interesting plays and the open field running come into play in touch rugby. So it's a game you can play well into advanced years.
All right, we're going to have our national anthem. We'll keep it here for the national anthem, then we'll talk a little bit more about the start of this game as we get ready for the match between Beaverton and Grant. All right, that's our national anthem. We're just about ready for the kickoff to start rugby action here. We're bringing you 4 games today. As I mentioned, we've already completed 2. The Girls Club Championship, the Boys Club Championship. Girls Club Championship won by Lynn Benton. Boys Club Championship won by Beaverton Barbarians. We've got the girls now in the varsity competition, and this is the Beaverton Barbarians, and this is the Grant Generals.
Yeah, there's other games going on here today as well, Dave. In fact, Beaverton has 4 teams down here. The team that I coach, the girls here, the JV will play later on in one of the backfields, and a 7th and 8th grade team from Beaverton also is playing in the final. I believe it's against Reynolds. So a pretty good day for the Beaverton Barbarians club.
You know, these are 2 traditional Portland sports high schools, Grant and Beaverton, and it's interesting to see how rugby has permeated through all of the high schools in the Portland area and all around the state.
Yeah, I think that the girls' rugby is very, very strong in America, and I think that they have a very good national team because of the grassroots. A lot of girls play rugby at the grassroots level. The Grant team is actually a mixed team of other high schools, including Jefferson, Benson, Grant, Lincoln, Roosevelt. So it's with the club team, what they do is they gather players from a catchment area. The Beaverton girls probably have people from Tigard, Sunset, Hillsborough. So it's a club team.
All right, teams are talking. Referees out at the center with the captains. We're just about ready to get underway. We are at Western Oregon University in Monmouth. Joe was telling us in our last couple of broadcasts that this is one of the few fields he knows of that is actually marked for rugby, that it isn't marked for any other sport. And I believe this is the Western Oregon varsity rugby field itself. I think in the background, I think that's their practice football field down there.
Yeah, they have quite a good program. It's a smaller school, but they have a good program. I think one of the referees who's here today, I believe his name's Gavin Curtis, or maybe, I think that's right, Gavin, is the coach of Western Oregon, and they've got a pretty good team.
The referee, and I think his last name is Tuck. I can't remember his first name. He actually came over and talked to us in between games, wanted to look at our setup and everything, and was quite excited that we were here.
Yes, Peter Tuck refereed the previous game. I'm not sure who the referee is here at this game.
Both teams are going through cheers right now.
This is just to get you G'd up as you head into contact.
All right, we're ready to get started here now. Both teams lining up. This will be the Beaverton bench right in front of us.
They only have 2 players coming off their bench today, Destiny Aquina and Carmen Marino. Some of the other players who are over there have injuries of various kinds and are just here to support their team.
All right, we're underway. There's the kick. Beaverton with the ball.
Good strong run there. The ball wasn't out there, and the Grant player came through while the halfback was trying to retrieve the ball, and that's a penalty.
All right, so we'll have a kick. No, I'm sorry, we're not having a kick. Oh, and there's a breakaway by Beaverton.
There's good support play there. They're continuing that drive. Now look to them get the ruck ball and maybe get it wide. They left their feet there, and the referee penalised them. Grant's throwing the ball around a fair bit there in their own 22, so that was a bit risky there by Grant. She's run down the blind side. Could be a chance here for a try coming up.
Beaverton off to a quick start.
And that's a try.
All right, Beaverton on the board first with a try. That's 5 points. 3 ways to score, basically, in rugby. Across the goal line, you get a try. It's not complete until you down the ball. And then you get that's 5 points. A conversion's 2 points. You can kick that ball, either drop kick it or put it up on a tee, and then you can score a field kick for 3 points. So 5, 4, and 3. Beaverton on top now.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit ill-advised by Grant there to try to run that ball out of their own 22. Probably the better option might have been to kick it out. However, Beaverton capitalised on that mistake, got the turnover at the ruck, and got quick ball. And I couldn't identify the player that crashed over.
Here comes the conversion attempt. It's up, and it's wide right. No good. So our score here, we're just underway. It's Beaverton 5, Grant nothing. Colorful attire for the Beaverton coach. Got on the colors, the orange color. And there's the kick. Fielded by Beaverton.
Nice tackle there by Grant. Good drive by Grant.
All right, action right in front of us.
Yeah, we have confirmation that Lanini Isaiah scored that try. Number 16, she plays prop for Beaverton, and she's a very strong runner with the ball. So Beaverton there elected to kick to touch. They have the penalty when it goes out into touch. They also retain the ball. That's why they did that. So they have the throw to the line out.
5-0 our score. Action right in front of us. And Beaverton with the ball.
The fly half there knocked the ball on as the pass was made.
That first goal was scored by Linnea Isaiah.
No, she actually did the run, and we found out that Melee Iongi actually crashed over for that try. So sorry about that. We got some false information from the Beaverton sideline.
Okay, kind of hard to see its numbers sometimes. We've confirmed that with the Beaverton coaching staff. Action in front.
The referee started to play penalty advantage, and he has done that. The halfback for Beaverton was offside, and when you see him put his arm out but not blow the whistle, that's typically advantage.
You saw the player that time just take the ball and touch her foot to it, and that's a legal play.
Yeah, she actually has to tap. It's called a quick tap. The ball actually has to leave her hand. So it's a little bit risky when they have the ball up in the air when they make the tap. We encourage them to actually put it on the ground to make the tap.
We saw that earlier today, and a player did fumble the ball when she put it to her foot. Generals with the ball. Beaverton in their black and orange, they're moving from our left to our right. Grant in their blue stripes, they're moving from our right to our left.
There's a solid midfield tackle there by the Beaverton player. Bring down the Grant centre. Beaverton are definitely contesting that ruck pretty fiercely. Looks like it might be Beaverton ball, and it's a penalty.
Here come the Beavers.
Grant wasn't back 10 there. The referee's got his arm out again. There's going to be another penalty coming. You've got to get back 10 when the quick tap is taken.
And that's what Grant is doing right now, getting back 10 yards.
So they're figuring out what they're going to do. Looks like they might be taking another tap. They're contemplating going for touch also. It's a tap. They've got it out wide after some untidy passing earlier on.
2 35-minute halves here. There's a continuous running clock, only stops in certain circumstances.
Good drive by Beaverton. Again, they're running on that blind side, which is the short side of the field. Grant's now recovered the ball.
We started off this morning in clouds. Now we're in bright sunshine.
So there was a little knock on there, and it looks like it's going to be Grant ball.
Grant ball. They trail in this game 5-0.
Pretty solid scrum there by Grant. The halfback got around and disrupted the play to the back line.
Ball on the ground, picked up by Grant. Trying to swing to the right side and get outside.
And she was met with a crunching tackle there.
Nice tackle. Grant tackled again. And now Beaverton picks up that ball.
Now then turn, they're going to try to get it wide.
Picked off by Grant. There's a whistle.
That's a penalty. They're offside there. So the Beaverton backs were creeping up. They expected that ball to go to the right-hand side, and they crept up offside.
Here comes Grant forward.
Great run.
Nice run, breaks through.
And an excellent tackle too. She lost that ball forward in the tackle. It was an excellent tackle. If she hadn't made that tackle, it was pretty much going to be a try, I think.
Nice hole in the middle that time, and Grant advances the ball.
So that's a Beaverton scrum this time for the knock-on. As the player went to ground, she lost control of it. Probably looking for that offload.
Set up the scrum. 8 players each side in the scrum.
A good attacking opportunity here for Beaverton. Anytime you're in the middle of the field and you've got a dead split like that, it's a great attacking option for the back line. They can go either way off the back of the scrum here, so watch the first 5, otherwise known as the fly half. They came on the extended blind side here. The pass was a little bit behind the winger.
Loose.
I think the referee got the girl there for playing the man, not the ball. Nice fend.
Grant coach yelling for the defense to move up. These two teams met earlier in the season. Grant won that one, 45-22. They trailed
nice
here.
sidestep, and she's exposed them right down the middle.
This may be a breakaway.
It's going to take more than one player to bring that gal down.
Nice run that time. Grant.
The Beaverton forwards are walking there. They need to get in the defensive line. However, they've come up with the ball against the run of play. Another penalty. I believe it might have been for a little bit of a high tackle. Penalties are mounting up on Grant here.
There's a kick.
It's always safe to go to touch, so that's it was a good option. When you're in the defensive end of your field, kicking to touch is a solid alternative. Another line out with Beaverton's feed.
There's the throw in.
Untidy ball. The halfback was under pressure. She took a speculator at it, which is a kick in general play. However, it's recovered by Beaverton as they try to regroup deep in their own 22. That ball's been carried back. It's probably going to be a 5-meter scrum. If you carry the ball back into your goal line, when you touch it down, you're going to have a scrum reset. If the Grant players had put the ball in the in-goal area themselves, then it would have been a 22 dropout. However, the Beaverton player brought the ball from the field of play into the dead ball zone and then touched it down, which results in a 5-meter scrum to Grant. Great attacking opportunity here. Look for them to go right. However, the Beaverton scrum, pretty strong. The number 8's off the back. She's going to crash over there. That should be a try. Nicely done.
It is. It's a try for Grant.
Yeah, that was Tiara one of the twins on the Grant team. She's a fine player, and that was a well-executed move by her.
That evens us up at 5, and we'll have a conversion attempt by Grant.
Pressure, a little bit more pressure. Yep. I remember. Yara, good job, buddy.
All right, on the tee, the attempt. There's the kick, and it is wide.
It's good.
It's good. just did make it over the crossbar and just inside. And Grant takes the lead, 7-5.
Well, Beaverton had a chance to get out of that 22. They had that line out from the penalty, but it was untidy ball that resulted in them being put under pressure, and Grant took advantage of that.
This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of the Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers summer camps for students in grades 3 through 8. Players will learn new skills, play games, and have lots of fun. Register today, rugbyoregon.com.
The player let the ball bounce there from the kickoff, and no good can typically come of that. You really want to call for the ball and take that ball on the full.
Quick line out!
And there's a whistle stopping action.
Yeah, I think Beaverton went to go for a quick line out there, but the referee has brought them back to reset the line out. Looks like the Beaverton coach, Greg Tracy, is channeling his inner Craig Sager today. He's looking very sartorial over there.
I mentioned he's appropriately dressed for Beaverton. Orange tie, orange shorts, orange socks, and orange shoes.
I think he should rock a kilt. I think that would even look really good. I'm not sure who's in charge of his wardrobe, but
I don't think he is.
well, he's taking it in good spirits, so we like that. Anyway, back to the action. It's a scrum over there. Grant's got the feed. We were distracted by those orange pants.
You know, I'm a graduate of Portland State University, and for years their football team did the haka before they played a football game. Maybe we could see that sometime.
Yeah, I'm a Pakeha, which is a term for a white New Zealander. I actually find when other people do the haka, I find it quite disrespectful to Maori culture. So I like it when Maori or Polynesian guys do the haka. But anyway, back to the action.
Beaverton moving forward.
That was a great run by Linnea Tafia.
Muller in!
Beaverton's won the ball, but Grant were offside at the ruck. Excellent attacking opportunity here. They're probably going to give it to one of their bigger girls to try to crash this ball over, and that's exactly what they did.
And it's a score. Beaverton scores their second try of the game. They now lead 10-7, and they'll be going for the conversion.
These are the teams here. I don't know if there's
They didn't count. Hey, they didn't count her.
No, they missed it. 2 points.
Conversion attempt coming up.
Yeah, I was just wondering because there's one of them.
We need our 2 points.
Right. Do it at halftime.
It was their 2 points. Who scored that?
I have no idea.
That was Maddie.
Madison Rettenmeyer.
Madison Rettenmeyer crashed over for the try. The halfback.
10-7. Conversion attempt coming up.
Pretty hard kick to make from way out here.
Lots of power. Go, Leo!
You guys gotta keep this momentum.
Number 10 for Beaverton. I think.
Yes.
10. There's the kick, and
Pretty good effort.
it was on line, just a little short.
That was Alilia Lavamai with the conversion attempt.
It's a live ball.
10-7, Beaverton leads here. Beaverton Barbarians, Grant Generals. And we'll go for the kick. There's the kick.
The kick was actually to nobody in particular. The forwards were lined out one way and she kicked it straight down the middle of the field. Not a good kick by the Grant player. Beaverton again with the ball. That's a pick and go from the ruck area. Nicely laid back.
There's a crunching tackle.
Again, the Grant players were offside, so they kind of predicted it, and if you get out there and predict it too much, then it looks like you're offside. Penalties are mounting up against Grant.
We don't want high tackles. Girls getting injured, but
The referee's probably having to talk to them about that very issue. By my count, it's at least 6 penalties to 1, and I believe the referee may be talking to them about being constantly offside because we've had 2 or 3 penalties for offside.
We've had a yellow card in the first match. We had a yellow card in the second match.
Yeah, I thought the player who got the yellow card in our match was a little bit unlucky. The player kind of ducked into the tackle, and he didn't intend to hit him high, but the result was a high tackle. So
Beaverton moving forward.
great offload there. And
And
there's
there's
a
a
try underneath the sticks. Madison scores her second try of the day.
15-7 our score now. Beaverton to attempt a conversion. They've not been able to make one as of yet.
She's got an excellent chance to make this conversion.
Be standing right out in front, won't she?
follow through. Ladies, keep up the momentum. It's 0-0 all the time.
Right out in front of the goal. 15-7, Beaverton leads Grant.
As you can hear some of the crowd saying it's 0-0, it's always difficult to refocus after a try. So what the team that just scored often can be scored on right after they've scored. So you've got to refocus and get your head back into the game. You can't celebrate for too long.
There's the kick, and that is good. First conversion of the game for Beaverton. And they now lead by 10, 17-7.
Leah Lavimai with the conversion.
I see the Beaverton coach just walked out and yelled at his team, "Here they come." He's trying to dispel what you were just talking about. You score, and it's sometimes easy that you get scored on. There's a very short kick.
I believe that's Liliani Kinney. She's
Still
playing
on
very
her
well. Yeah, this is a maul, and it's a driving maul by Beaverton. And I believe there might be a penalty coming as well. The referee's got his arm out for some infringement. He's going to come back and blow the whistle for that now.
So the penalty doesn't take effect until the other team has possession of the ball.
Or an infringement of some other nature stops the play. You saw the Beaverton player knock the ball on, and the referee went back for the previous infringement. She's a little bit isolated there, the Beaverton runner there. She took off without her teammates expecting what she was going to do. Beaverton, however, maintained possession. Now they're trying to get it wide. They're trying to... There's a kick. It's into a hole. No one's back there. A regain. Lovely bounce. And this is going to be another try for Beaverton. She's going to run around, try to get a good angle on the conversion. Nice try.
And Beaverton scores again quickly. They now go ahead 22-7. That was part of that was that great bounce the ball took right into the hands of a Beaverton player.
It was Gabby Jackson with the try. Yeah, the kick was a good one. It was actually in behind the defensive line, and basically once it bounced, it was a 50-50 ball.
Get set. 0-0, get set. Let's go.
Yeah.
Conversion attempt coming up here for Beaverton. 22-7 our score.
a good chance for the forwards to get a breather. They're doing a lot of hard work out there, and so sometimes the
And
kicker
there's
will-
a kick, and it's good. Beaverton on top now, 24-7.
Grant just need to calm down. They're looking a little bit discombobulated out there. I think that they've got the players and the ability to come back into this game, so don't rule Grant out by any stretch of the imagination.
Chip, I got 24-7. The scoreboard says 25-5. Yeah, I've got 24-7. I think I'm right. Because the Grant had a try and a conversion.
I want to say that you're correct too, Dave. I have it at Beaverton. I have 24, that's for sure.
Grant moving forward. Oh,
Well,
a
that,
big
should be
hit.
that should be a penalty because the player came in with no arms there on the tackle.
It was a huge collision.
You've got to wrap up when you come into the tackle area. So she just basically shoulder charged her. So in an attempt to bring her down, he's a very difficult player to bring down. He's got his arm up the wrong way, the referee, I believe, and he's just corrected it.
Oh,
So that was highly confusing.
here comes dropped. Grant picks it back
Well,
up.
I think the ball was knocked on by a Beaverton player, actually, so it's play on. That was Charlotte Klein making the dab earlier. The halfback there taking a quick little snipe around the edge of the ruck.
Great tackle that time. Beaverton stiffening up on defense.
They're going to have a hard time stopping this girl. Nice pop pass. Ball's a bit slow to come out of the ruck there, but I believe Grant still's got it.
Grant's still with the ball.
Another penalty now to Grant.
Pretty one-sided totals and penalties right now.
They're exposed wide. If Grant gets one more pass, they should score. They didn't need to do it anyway. And
Grant
she's in.
scores, and there's the try. There's the touchdown.
Yeah, Beaverton was really exposed out here wide. This field is actually a wider field than what is commonly played on in the Portland area. This is a more traditional size rugby field with what we're used to in New Zealand. But certainly the field width in the Portland area is not as wide as this one.
So are the college fields and the high school fields pretty much the same size?
It just depends on the amount of area you've got because obviously this is a turf field. Normally rugby's better to be played on grass fields because it's a lot softer to land on the grass than it is to land on the unforgiving turf surface. With the field width being the way it is, the opportunity to get the ball wide does exist for both teams.
All right, we're ready for a kick.
Go get that ball! Let's go get that ball!
We're set for the kick. A short kick.
It's gone 10 metres, and that's all it needs to go. It has to go past that dotted line out there.
Go, 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 go! Go, go!
Grant has a chance to get this ball wide. However, there was a gap spotted.
Yes!
Again, nice pop passing.
Grant had three players out here on the outside trying to get it out there.
A crunching tackle, but Beaverton's exposed here on this right side. The halfback went back the other way towards the defence. Not a good idea.
Grant's still set up on the short side of the field, trying to get the ball out there. Ball loose on the ground. Here comes Grant trying to get to the outside.
Nice tackle there. That was an excellent tackle there by Reagan. Snuffed out that attacking opportunity by Grant.
Beaverton throw the ball in.
Let's go, Melee. Come on, guys.
The action right in front of us makes it a lot easier to see the numbers. Wasn't straight that throw to the line out. So it's going to be Grant ball.
Hooney, you got this. Let's get that ball in that scrum. Let's get that ball in that scrum. Get that ball in that scrum. No feeding.
All right, action right in front of us. Scrum coming up.
Attacking opportunity is a good blindside here. Look for the Grant number 8, Tiara. To take that ball off the back and maybe come blind, which is the short side of the field. Instead, the halfback takes it and fires up the back line. She's through a gap. A weaving run. Excellent run there.
Generals with a great run that time to move the ball up.
That was Rochelle Bodwarn on the run. Apologies if I mangle some of these surnames.
We got a Grant player down. I think that was actually the ball carrier who's down.
That'll be Rachel then. Yeah, it was a good run. She found the gap and then she weaved around a couple of would-be tacklers, and she was looking to link up with support. Didn't find it and ended up getting tackled.
This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers year-round rugby leagues for girls and boys from 3rd grade through high school. Find out more about one of the newest Olympic sports at rugbyoregon.com. Player's still down, and she's going to get up.
The turf is very unforgiving for rugby, and anytime you try to make a sidestep or plant your foot, often an injury can result just because of the unforgiving nature of the turf. A lot of the players from our team are down here. I see Sione and I see Opeti. I believe they're cheering on their sisters who are playing in this game. And this is what rugby's all about. It's camaraderie and coming down to cheer on your teammates and your family. Sione had a cracking game there today. I thought he was a huge force in that last match. And our Opeti Iongi actually won the Man of the Match award for us with his scintillating play. Okay, back to the action. It's Grant feeding the scrum. Again, attacking opportunity here, midfield.
Grant.
Number 8 pulls it off the back. She's got a powerful fend on her.
All right, Grant back with the ball.
She's a very good player, that Tiara. She has been a threat every time she's touched the ball. Another player's down there for Grant. Tiara, the number 8. She's an Oregon Redhawk, 2016 Leadership Academy, and she's heading to a rugby scholarship to Central Washington University. She's a USA All-American, under 16s and under 18s, and also competes in basketball and track. So she's a senior from Jefferson High School. I believe her sister's already at Central Washington University, and obviously a very, very fine player. Yeah. I believe it's Well, I don't know what this. I don't know.
Chip is talking to one of the coaches for Grant. I think he was trying to tell us who the player was who was down.
No, he was trying to get the scoreboard corrected. The score is actually 25-14. Grant converted both of their tries, and 24-14 is what we have. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I.
So the scoreboard, I don't know who's in charge of that. So the referee keeps score, so it's fine.
I do have 24-14 is what I've got. Grant converting that second try.
That's unfortunate. There's a knock on there by the Grant player as she probably took a little peek. You want to make sure that the ball gets into your hands before you check on the opposition. What happened there was she took a look at the defense and dropped the ball. I see Mr. Sione Lepa over here as well, looking very stylish. He's over here supporting his sister, Huni Lepa, who plays hooker for the Beaverton Barbarians.
Barbarians 24, Generals 14. Scrum coming up.
This one's defensive put in for Beaverton. Look for them to try to kick the ball out or maybe run it out, get some second phase ball, and then put the ball out.
There's the ball out.
That's exactly what they did. A nice kick in behind the defense. It's tumbling towards the touchline. A nice little kick through, putting the players under pressure. But the ball's gone out. But that was a great play there by the Beaverton number 9.
And the line judge said that ball went
Gabby
out.
Jackson that was putting pressure on the Grant player there.
And that's halftime. Halftime here at Western Oregon. Our score at halftime, Beaverton 24, Grant 14. This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers a summer 7-a-side rugby competition for high school students. Competition takes place over 4 Saturdays in July. You can register today at rugbyoregon.com. Both teams now in their respective huddles on the sideline as we'll wait for the start of the second half. I'm Dave Hall along with Chip Burnside here at Western Oregon University. This is the soccer field specifically set aside, this is the rugby field specifically set aside for rugby here at Western Oregon University. Both teams talking strategy now with their coaches. All right, the Beaverton coach made us some notes here before we started this game, and I'll read you some of the notes he made us. He said we lost 45-22 in regular season. Our second half defense fell apart. He said our plan is to go back to the basics, execute, and not worry about what's happening in the game, but focus on what's in front of us. He said the bench will be more coming in to relieve the starters for a short break. It is warm here today, and so we'll see a lot of substitutes, and we have seen them already. He said we'll do some skips and pop passes, most likely back to the basics, and we're focused on getting the ball wide, pound it a couple of times, then swing it out. That's clearly what Beaverton has been trying to do. They swing the ball wide, then they try to pound inside a couple of times and swing the ball wide again, and that's pretty much been the same strategy for Grant. As we mentioned, these two teams did meet during the regular season. 45-22 was our score in the in that match in favor of Grant. We'll get Chip to put his headset back on here and give us his comments about and his analysis of the first half and maybe strategy headed into the second half. So, Chip, tell us a little bit about your comments about and thoughts about the first half action.
Well, I thought Beaverton played quite well. But, Grant is, they just need to settle it down a little bit. They seem like they're a little bit flustered. And so I would anticipate the smaller team, as you pointed out, being a big factor in the second half. As you can see, the Beaverton team might run out of puff here. And so I would think you're going to see a photo finish in this game.
Go down to the end. So if you're the Grant Generals and you're behind 24-14, what do you want your team to do in the second half?
Just slow it down. There's been a little bit frantic and it's very untidy in the ruck area. They're just forcing the pass a little bit. What they need to do is just, connect some passes, start to feel good about themselves. I think one try here, it'll be the team that scores first here in the second half. It could be be the winner. If Grant scores here at the start of the second half, I think it's a completely different game.
What I've noticed about Grant is they've had more of those big plays, the plays that have gone more than 20 or 30 yards. They've had a few of those, and they seem to find holes up front, but haven't been able to pound the ball in down at the end.
Yeah, our sisters are huge players for Grant, and you can see that they're doing fine. It's probably just the rest of the team that just needs to loosen up, and this is what they're doing right now.
They're doing the hokey pokey. It's been a long time since I've seen anybody do the hokey pokey.
Well, it's probably just to loosen them up a little bit.
On the other hand, Beaverton, 10-point lead. Do you try to play it safe, or do you keep pushing forward?
No, you can't. You can never sit on a lead. So shutting up shop is not an option for Beaverton. Like I said, they're going to try to score first here in the second half and try to ice this game a little bit.
Jim, I'll let you know. The guy just tripped over the crowd mic. I'm not sure it's okay.
Oh, that was one of the Kalamafoni boys there messing with our sound quality.
Okay, Jim will go up and take a look at that. We have I call it a crowd mic. They call it an ambient mic. And we have it sitting right down by the fence. We can pick up some of the sounds and...
Admittedly, he couldn't see that. It was hiding in the grass. The Newburgh Tigers are arriving here for their game at 3:30. They're going to be heading off over there at halftime. The team that's up next heads off to warm up.
All right, we're ready to start the second half with the kickoff.
Very important period of play, the first 10 minutes after the first half. So whoever controls this 10 minutes, very, very important.
There's the whistle. And there's the drop kick. Goes about 15 yards. Picked up by Grant.
Yeah.
Now Grant moves forward.
Another punishing run. And then she was able to get a great offload out there.
Beaverton back with the ball.
That was Tiana who provided a great run for Grant there.
Ball on the opposite side. Beaverton with the ball. Beaverton now moving from our right to our left. They're in the orange and black.
The ball is held up there, so that's a maul that's happening right now. The Beaverton have actually got a bit of a shove on. They've brought the maul to the ground. Now the ball has to come out. Excellent run there.
And moving forward with the ball, Beaverton.
This is going to make the Beaverton coaching staff very happy. They've already got deep into the 22 here of Grant. Great ball. Unfortunately, didn't go to hand. Again, she was tackled without the ball. Can't do that. They've gone quickly. That was Madison who took the ball off the quick tap.
Madison Reitenmeyer.
Again, it's another maul. Beaverton putting in large numbers here. It's a penalty coming to Beaverton here. Can they push this over? Once they get over the try line, the maul will end and the ball can be put down. They're very close here.
Beaverton close, very close on that last push.
Well, the referees decided that since it was a maul and the ball didn't come out to Beaverton, you'll have to set a scrum. It'll be Grant's ball. When the Beaverton team take the ball in and a maul is called by the referee, they have to get the ball out after a certain amount of time. The referee will say use it, and if the ball doesn't come out, then it's the defending team's ball.
So here's the scrum.
Look for a big push here by Beaverton.
And there is a push forward by Beaverton.
There's a tight head. That is what that's called. The other team basically stole the scrum feed. Great run there by Lene Tafia. She's had a cracking game.
And there's kicked back. Beaverton's still with the ball.
That's Moana Tafia now. The ball has gone wide. Beaverton's still got it. They're trying to get to the outside. If they come back the other way here, they've got them stretched. A little grubber kick. Well read by the Grant defense.
Beaverton tried to come back to the other side of the field.
Must have been a knock-on by the Beaverton player there somewhere. Bit hard to see. They're far away from our commentary position.
All right, we're deciding what's going to happen here.
It's Grant feed to the scrum, but last time Beaverton pushed them off it, so look for another big push by Beaverton. Very important passage of play right here.
Beaverton pushed forward and taken by Grant.
An attacking opportunity. Grant's trying to run it out from their own goal line. They've got it wide. They're going to make some good ground here at the very least. An excellent tackle there by Matt.
And there we're out. Oh.
It's play on, says the referee. It was Gabby Jackson on the tackle. Sorry. The touch judge is, the referee's getting a report from the touch judge. That's Peter Tuck, who's the touch judge. He's seen some infringement, and he's informing the referee of what he's seen. It's his job as the assistant referee to let him know if he sees any sort of foul play.
He's talking to number 27 on Beaverton, and she was involved in that last tackle. It was a very, very rough tackle. When she got up, she smiled at the sideline. So,
well, she's also one of the captains of the Beaverton team, so it's quite possible that he's just informing the captain of the issues that he wants to address. You have to go through the captain. You can't talk to the individual players. Basically, the referee talks to the captain, and then the captain talks to the players. So there is only one channel of communication to the referee. That way all the players aren't talking to the referee at once. The result is, I believe, a Grant penalty after all that. Both teams were a little confused. Grant thought it was a penalty against them.
And Jackson has conveyed all the information to the Barbarians from Beaverton.
There's a bit of a gap behind the Beaverton line. If this ball doesn't go out, it would be a bit of a problem. But it did go out. After all that attacking opportunity by Beaverton, they came up with 0 points.
We're still at 24-14, our score at halftime. We're just into the second half. Beaverton leads Grant. And Grant comes up with that.
They get it out to the center. She's got some wide open spaces out there, and she's still on her feet. I believe that is Kaia. Another penalty to Grant now for a high shot by the Beaverton player.
Good tackle.
Get in it! You're sitting back, watching the game happen.
Ready!
Grant desperately needs a score. They're trailed by 10, 24-14.
Beaverton getting put under pressure by constant penalties now. They need to up the discipline. Another telling run there by the Grant player.
And another whistle.
Well, the Beaverton player went quickly there again. Her teammates weren't quite expecting that.
I heard the Beaverton coach say that's 10 penalties on Grant.
What are you standing there for?
I believe that's Lenini Isaiah taking the ball up there, the punishing run. Now Beaverton has a chance here to get it wide.
And tackle. Nice one-on-one tackle out there on the outside.
Yeah, but Beaverton are really starting to string together some attacking shape here. The Grant players are bunched up. If they can get it wide, there's a big chance. Again, they're putting the drive on the Grant team here.
And it's wide on both sides of the field.
Well, this will relieve the pressure for Beaverton. They looked at a pretty good attacking opportunity there, but they couldn't get the ball out past the first receiver.
Do you want to be the coach? No. Never played rugby.
Dangerous pass there. Very untidy play at the moment.
Get it together! Nenny! Get in the game!
Barbells, let's go!
A lot of penalties here, so the flow of the game is not very good. Good catch. Beaverton's tackling very well today,
Ladies,
and the penalties are really mounting up.
ladies, compose. Breathe.
Instead, it's a knock on. It's a knock on. It's going to be Beaverton feed.
Come on, you guys, let's do this. Finish the game. Come on.
There's a scrum right in front of us.
Madison Redemeyer to feed the scrum. Looked like Lene Tafir was going to take that off the back. Two sisters on this team. Moana out there at inside centre. And Lene is the number 8 for Beaverton.
Ready, Leah, ready, Leah.
Again, there's a good blind attacking option here too. She's picked up the ball and she has come blind. A great fend, throwing Grant players off. She's got the ball out to Reagan on the wing, and as she continues down, a great run there. Places the ball back. Liliani, Kinney there with the offload. Beaverton ball again. They're winning second phase ball here.
Beaverton moves forward. They lead by 10, 24-14.
Both teams fighting hard here. It's punch and counter punch.
Judge. Lad.
Not a full number of players in the line out there, so there's a few people scattered out in the back line who are forwards. Beaverton won the ball again, won the line out against the throw, but the halfback knocked it on.
Second half action here. The Beaverton Barbarians, the Grant Generals.
Even if you don't score, the territorial advantage here by Beaverton at the moment is good for them. You want to play the game in the deep in the opponent's half. Grant has shown an amazing ability though to attack from deep inside their 22. So
There's the scrum. And kicked forward by Grant.
regained nicely. Ball kind of sat up from the turf. The Grant players didn't probably commit enough players to that ruck to continue to win the ball, but they have got the ball back. Nice tackle, nice front-on tackle there. Number 14, Julie, sustained a knock there for the Beaverton player when she made that front-on tackle. She's a little bit hazy.
Reagan's out. Reagan's out. Gabby, push back. Oh, I was just going to have her sit down.
Grant take the tap. They give it to their big number 8. That's Tiara. Great fend. Punishing run. I believe she handed it off to her sister Tiana there. They're a dynamic duo, those two. However, Beaverton have stole it. It's very untidy at that breakdown.
Why we don't double tackle?
One of the Beaverton players sustained a knock in that tackle earlier. That was Reagan Risenmay. She's come off.
Let's go, Beaverton!
24-14, our score still. Beaverton leads. That was our score at halftime. Neither team has scored here in the second half. And Chip, you mentioned you thought the team that scored first might be the winner. Well, nobody scored yet.
Indeed, but don't rule Grant out. They've got an attacking opportunity again, a good midfield scrum. The Beaverton scrum's been very strong all day. They pushed them backwards, put them under pressure. The ball went backwards there. Grant still maintains control. Tackle was a little bit high, but she was kind of falling down, but the Beaverton player's been penalised. Definitely not back 10 there, Beaverton, and the referee will penalise them again.
We have a player down on the field, too. I don't think the referee was aware of that. She's up now.
Play continues, so she's just got to get back into the thing and we'll seek medical attention after the play stops. The microphone in the grass strikes again.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Oh my gosh.
Grant's attacking here. Nice pop pass there by the player. Couldn't identify the number.
Yeah.
Beaverton's really under the hammer here. Oh, the ball squirts free. Beaverton's got it.
Generals were down in scoring position. They lost the ball.
They're coming back for a Beaverton knock-on, though, as they tried to get out of there defensively. Again, another fabulous attacking opportunity for Grant.
How did you get over there? Right here.
We're going to have to bring another crew member and call him Peeper of the crowd mic.
Well, I think it's in a better position now. It's undercover there.
There we go.
Come on, Beaverton.
Here's the play.
Push.
Well, Beaverton's had a very good scrum today. They've pushed the Grant team all over the park. And here's another big shove. And Beaverton has won that feed. That's outstanding.
There's a kick forward. Grant.
The Beaverton
Comes down
player
with it.
almost had that clean. And she has met. Great tackle there.
Another whistle.
Usually a long blast like that usually means a penalty's coming. And there it is. She's had a cracking game. This is Tiara, and she offloads there. I believe it was to the number 10. That's Rochelle in for the try, I want to say.
In for the try. And
Well,
so Grant
that's-
does score first in the second half to make it 24-19.
That's tightened this game up considerably.
It's down to 5. Conversion here would get it to 2. Get it to 3.
Well, it's supposed to start on 1:30.
24-19.
It was all set up by Tiara's run there. Tremendous offload. She's looking for supporting players all the time. And it's always a pleasure to play with someone like that. If you've got a person who can break a gap, and then you just run off of those players.
Here's the attempt, the kick, and it's low and left. And the lead stays at 5, 24-19. Grant trails by 5.
Now we have a real game on our hands now. The intensity's going to lift.
Go, 0-0, ladies.
Come on, girl.
This match is brought to you by Oregon Pioneer Rugby Club, a proud member of Rugby Oregon. Rugby Oregon offers summer camps for students in grades 3 through 8. Players will learn new skills, play games, and have lots of fun. Register today, rugbyoregon.com.
0-0.
You got to go in a hurry.
Nanny, one more.
Near the coaches from both teams exhorting their players now.
There's the
That
kick,
ball's going to be not quite 10. The referee said play on, though, however.
Take the ball.
and is the referee free to do that?
He can do whatever he wants. He's just there to interpret the rules.
All right. Kick didn't go 10 meters, but referee, it was caught. Referee said play on.
Back in. Nenny, right now.
Nenny!
Get ready.
Another quick tap by the Beaverton halfback.
Come up. Come up, Charlotte.
He's called for shepherding here. So what happened there was one of the Beaverton players came across in front of another one. In America, they call it obstruction.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, you know, we got a lot of sheep in New Zealand, so that's why we call it shepherding. Another fantastic run here by the Grant player. However, when she looked for the offload, she found the Beaverton player.
Go Beaverton! Come on! Go Leah!
Excellent
Beaverton.
attacking opportunity. Nice little wrap pass there. Grant showing some drive there. However, Beaverton comes up with the ball.
Beaverton trying to run.
Great speed here. That's Carmen Marino with the showing a serious set of wheels there.
Go. Messiah.
I think he might have got her for not releasing in the tackle. She held the ball on.
Get him, Ellie.
Nice tackle. That was Melee Iongi on the tackle. As you can tell, the crowd is getting into it here as well.
5-point lead for Beaverton, 24-19.
The referee's going to come back for another penalty. No, it's another knock on. I saw his arm go out, but I couldn't tell if it was going to be a penalty or just a regulation knock on. He was playing advantage nonetheless.
Come on, Beaverton. Set up, stagger.
The game's developed a bit more flow now.
Come on!
Both teams probing each other's defenses.
Go, go! Come on, Ruby! Ruby! What's the call now?
There's a free kick. Couldn't identify what the referee saw there. However, Grant got the free kick and immediately took it.
Get the ball.
Grant with the ball, trailing by 5.
Some serious speed down that left wing, and she's going to be in for a try here.
And there it is.
The Beaverton player did a good job, though, from keeping her to go from around under the goalposts. So that's going to be a difficult kick from out there.
Tell them they have a few minutes.
You mentioned earlier, team that scores first is going to get in this game quickly, and now Grant has reeled off 2 tries, made up 10 points from halftime, and we got an even game.
Yep. So, as I said, maybe the fact that the Grant team a little bit smaller, possibly a little bit fitter. The Beaverton team has controlled the ruck area very well,
Good burpee, too. You got
but the Grant team with a bit more want at this stage. However, now this conversion will be for the lead.
This is for the lead. It's quite a ways out in a difficult angle. Set up, here's the kick, and that kick is going to be short.
Wasn't a bad effort.
I shouldn't say short. It went under the crossbar.
Go now!
Had the distance, but not good, and we're even, 24-24.
That's why I said, you sure you want to play? 80 minutes.
It would be nice if they had the time clock working here.
You guys got this. Come on.
Let's go, Beaverton,
We
time
gotta
out!
finish this.
We don't know how much time is left.
Well, Chip, I appreciate you working with us, but you'll learn that during games sometimes nothing works.
Hey, time out!
Now that ball hasn't gone 10 metres, but someone's got to pick it up before the referee can bring it back.
Is that a live ball right now?
It is a live ball. Grant could have swooped in on that. These little mistakes are adding up for Beaverton.
This is where it counts. Come on, last bit. Push through. One up.
This is one area of the game where Beaverton's had a significant edge, the scrum.
Where you at, Garmin?
I noticed just a few minutes ago, number 11 for Beaverton was going through what I would call concussion protocol,
That is correct.
and now it looks like we'll go back in the game.
Watch that, Melee. Watch that, Melee. Watch that.
There's the scrum picked up by Grant. Here they come forward.
Nice run there by Rochelle. Again, the ball has just been unable to be corralled by the Grant players. Just a punishing run there by Lene Tafia.
Nice run by number 27, the captain for Beaverton.
She's had a really good game.
Back in! Back in! Back in! Back in!
Another offside call against Grant. They've been offside quite a bit. Madison Retmeyer takes the quick tap. And she is leveled.
I'm surprised. I thought that girl that just went down might be unconscious, but she rolled over. And both teams will back up and give the trainer some room. She sits up.
I think the Grant player was probably committed to that tackle there. So as she got rid of the ball, Grant player was already headed for her. So often it's not the contact with the player that causes head injuries. It's the contact with the ground afterwards.
All right, this game ends in a tie. What's the procedure after that?
I'm not familiar with the protocol that Rugby Oregon's got, but if it was a regular season game and the game ends in a draw, is what we call it, that would have been the score. But obviously, we have to have a winner and a loser because that's the American way, and we have to dish out some prizes.
I didn't check what the rules were ahead of time for a tie, but I'm sure there are some, and we'll check with the referee if that's what happens.
I would think it's probably based upon a number of tries scored. So I think they'll probably look at how many tries were scored by each team.
Well, right now, Beaverton has 4, and Grant has 4.
So if that's the tiebreaker, that's still another tie.
Each team has 4 tries. Each team has 2 conversions. 24-24.
The result of that was a Grant scrum. The ball went forward off of a Grant player. Now Beaverton's regained the ball. The ball was out of the ruck. The Grant player came through and snagged it, but just before then there was a knock-on by the Grant player.
In situations like this, does the 3-point goal become important?
Well, there has to be a penalty. Let's just say a penalty on Grant would have to result in Beaverton taking a kick at goal. So typically the game's going to be decided by a try, I would think.
Scrum.
Again, Lene Tafia off the back. She's in space. She's crunching down that side. She's got the ball away, and that's a try. That's a lovely try by Beaverton. That was beautiful play.
Nice pass and nice score.
She's got to be the player of the day, Lene Tafia. Just absolutely dominating off the back of the scrum there.
29-24, our score. Beaverton leads on that try. We'll have the conversion coming up.
That's going to give them a little bit of cushion.
I noticed when you said she was the player of the game, the Beaverton coach walked over here and shook his head at you.
Guys, 100%, 100%, come on.
Good job, girls. Hey, keep it up, Betty.
Your last game, lead it.
The Portland area has a large Tongan community, and so obviously any players of Pacific Island descent or New Zealanders gravitate towards a game that they're very, very good at.
0-0.
I think the Grant team's got a couple of Samoan girls, but the Beaverton team has some players of Tongan descent.
Pacific Islanders make great rugby players because it's part of their culture.
Important kick here.
And there's the kick, and it's going to be short. So we stay 29-24, Beaverton leads.
That is correct.
Everything on the field. General, everything on the field.
I heard the Grant coach yelling everything on the field. You don't want to be in a championship game and not have given it your all. You can expect these players to play every ounce of strength they have left.
Beaverton still throwing the ball around, not content just to throw it out. They went straight on the attack from the kickoff. And that's a great run, great fin. She's still going. Oh, inside ball, what a terrific pass. Great cover defense tackle. Looks like the Beaverton player might have knocked it on just a tad there. Oh, that was a great passage of play there by Beaverton.
Great run, great pass.
Yes, she was holding the player off with one hand and then delivering the pass with the other. Excellent football. Again, the Beaverton scrum has been putting Grant under pressure all day long. I don't think there's going to change. Here's the big shove here by Beaverton. Grant, however, take take the ball off the back. I think Tiara has lacked a bit of support from the Grant forward pack. She's played very, very well, but her other forwards have not driven over and secured the ball for the Grant backs. Again, a line out with not a full complement in there, so a lot of players are sprinkled among the backs. It's Beaverton's throw. They're looking to finish this game off.
There's the throw.
Went forward off of a Grant player there, I think. Referee spotted that as well. No, he's actually come back for a not straight. So the throw from the Beaverton player wasn't straight. So they go to the first infringement.
Generals, play with urgency!
Beaverton's got to feel good. Anytime they have a scrum, they just put immense pressure on that Grant team.
Here comes Grant.
She's been a threat, the fly half for Grant. Beaverton's defense is holding though. However, the Grant are making good room. Another great tackle by Gabby. She's holding on for dear life there. I want to say he's got them for another offside infringement there. Referees scoreboard pressure coming into play here now. Grant's kind of throwing the ball around because they're behind. They're trying to make something happen. They just need to calm down and try to have a bit more structure in their play. Another crunching tackle there by Moana Tafia. Yet another penalty.
What was it for?
Beaverton's tired. They're under pressure here. However, they've come up with the ball. Now Grant's getting a good ruck going. A nice little dart around from the base of the ruck. If she gets the ball wide here, Beaverton's in big trouble.
And there it is, just as you called it. Got to find a place to put the ball down because an extra point or a conversion is going to make a big difference here. And there's the score. Grant scores and evens this up at 29-29, and a conversion attempt coming up. Grant has not led once in this game, and here's the chance.
Well, that's the first time we've actually seen some structure in the ruck from Grant, and that resulted in them getting that ball wide. I think that was their initial game plan.
And it's good. Grant, for the first time in this game, takes the lead.
And that's full time.
And that's the end of the game. What a play by Grant. Grant wins this game 31-29. You're looking somewhat bewildered, Chip.
Oh, very unlucky for the Beaverton team there. You know, they were making good tackles there. But like I said, the Grant team in that last passage of play, they had good organisation to their ruck. They really needed to win that ball. They did win the ball. They got it wide, which was the correct option, and they stuck it in the corner. But the player that ran in for the try was very heads up. She knew the score. She went to make the kick easier for her teammate. And, you know, hats off to them. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory.
Grant looked like they were getting pushed around a lot during the end of the game there, and then came down with the ball, and then came down with the score, And then the player, as you said, made an excellent decision to line up that conversion kick, and did. And Grant made that kick and wins this game 31-29. Final comments, Chip?
Well, Beaverton played an outstanding game. I thought that Lene Tafia had an absolute tremendous game against Grant. I thought Gabby Jackson for Beaverton played extremely well as well. They played really well, Beaverton. They've got to feel absolutely gutted that they lost this game when they had pretty much put away. But rugby's an unpredictable sport, and you can't stop playing.
All right, I'll recap for you the scores today. This is our third game. We have one more coming up at 3:30. Our first game was the Girls Open, and that was won by Lynn Benton over Valley, 39-35, a score right at the end of that game. Then our Boys Open was won by Beaverton over Valley, 38-10, in kind of a runaway game. This game was decided also in the last minute of the game, a win for Grant over Beaverton, 31-29. I want to thank the people here at Western Oregon, the coaches and assistants for both of these teams who helped us with rosters and with other information. I want to thank our crew, Matty Connolly on the camera, Steve Roberts, our, what are we going to call you, Steve, our crowd mic engineer? Coordinator, our producer engineer, Jim Thompson, my broadcast partner, Chip Burnside. Chip, you're going to be back with me for another game here, right?
Correct. I'm just getting my feet wet here, so hopefully I'm doing all right for you guys.
We appreciate the observation and certainly the expertise. All right, our score here this afternoon from Western Oregon in the girls' varsity final on a try and a conversion in the last minute. Grant Generals 31, the Beaverton Barbarians 29. I'm Dave Hall. Good afternoon, everybody.